This is an oral history interview with Pearl Scott in her home on September 23, 1982. The interviewer is Susan Gortner. Mrs. Scott, where was your father born?
In Ohio.
And your mother?
In Illinois.
What were their names?
Oliver and Liddy. Oliver Hosler was my father's name, and Liddy was my mother's name.
Mm-hmm. What type of work did your father do?
Farmer. He's just a farmer.
Did he farm in Ohio?
No, he farmed here in Illinois, but after he was married, he lived here
Mm-hmm.
in Illinois.
When did he come to Illinois?
I don't know that.
Did he come as a boy or as an adult?
I really don't know
Yeah.
that. Father never talked much about his, so I never knew. But he died in 1900, you know, it's a long way back. I wasn't very old,
No, you weren't.
9 years old when Father died.
Where was the farm in Illinois?
Up here, about a mile out of Whitey,
How big a farm was it?
just a small place.
What type of things did you grow?
Corn, mostly corn.
Did you sell it or did you just use it to feed livestock?
Mostly we fed livestock. We always had hogs and stuff like that, you know, and we killed our own meat and stuff. Of course, we had to have to feed.
Did you help with chores on the farm?
No, I had too many brothers.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
I had 9 brothers and 2 sisters.
And were your brothers older?
All but 2, there was 2 my age, that were younger than I was, and a sister.
So you didn't have to help with the chores?
No, I was a twin.
You had a twin brother.
He died in 1945.
What kind of things did you and your twin do when you were growing up?
We played house up on the hedge, long hedge. We'd have her rake them up our leaves, and then we'd have them, you know, that'd be a fence. We'd have pony horses, the stick horses. That's what we played.
Did you and your twin look alike?
Not too much. Well, of course, he knew it. We both knew we were Hoslers.
Do you know how long your parents attended school?
No, I don't think.
What's the origin of the last name Hosler? Do you know what country your ancestors came from? Did your mother ever work outside the home?
No. Had too many at home.
Did you help her in the house?
Yes, we had to wash dishes and stuff like that. I never had to do much until later, you know. Not when I was small.
Uh-huh. Did you help with, like, making cider and
No, we never did
how about making soap?
that. Oh, I made soap. I made soap for years. Even before Harold was one boy I lost. I said I made 3 kids of soap that day, and the next day he was born. Out of crackstones, you know, just big crackstones, grease.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we had to depend on our soap for the winter.
What do you do to it then?
Take it out and put it in the big kettle outside in the big kettle and cook it so long. And then once it gets done, dip it out, put it in something to dry,
Mm-hmm.
to set, and then cut it off.
Did you preserve a lot of food, fruits, and
Oh yes, I've canned size 400 quarts a year. We had with the boys, they eat a lot, you know. So we just take everything and can everything we had, or dry.
Mm-hmm.
Used to dry it, like a lot of corn, you know.
How would you dry it?
Blanch it, and then you put it on a cloth, and climb up on the roof of the old kitchen, put it out to dry every day, and then take it in night so. And then next day put it out at the spit, put out, sunshine.
Uh-huh.
So it was dry as a rattle.
Did the birds ever bother it?
No.
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 Did anyone live with your family besides your brothers and sisters? Did you know your grandparents?
Yes, I did. Well, my grandfather died before I remember him, but my grandmother lived till 1904.
Mm-hmm. Were they living in this area?
Just close, like neighbors, you know.
Mm-hmm. Where did you go to school?
Slabtown. That school out, they tore down the other week up here, Slabtown.
Mm-hmm. How was it a one-room school?
Mm-hmm.
How far did you have to go?
Oh, from way up there, you know where Joe Chalks live? You don't know?
No.
Well, it's just, after you come out of White Heath, you make the turn to come down to Monticello, you know. I was down 3 or 4 houses below that. It's quite a little ways. My brothers take me on a sled when it was cold. They put me on a sled. Of course, I had several of my brothers going to school at the same time.
Uh-huh. How about in the warmer weather? Did you walk or ride ponies?
We walked. I walked from there to White Heath, from that schoolhouse to White Heath several times. I didn't have no, after we moved to White Heath, you know,
When did you move into White Heath?
in 1904. 1906,
Mm-hmm.
moved out there.
What was your school day like?
Oh, I didn't have to study much, you know. The older ones, they taught the 10th year them days, you know, 9th and 10th. And of course, it took a lot of work for them. Because we learned mostly from them.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have very many studies. We had to write multiplication tables. We'd have to write them 25 times one multiplication table, or we couldn't go home.
What did you use slates to write on, or did?
Slates, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes we had paper, mostly slates.
Did you carry your lunch with you?
Yes. Yeah, sorghum molasses.
What?
Sorghum molasses. We'd go out we kept it out in the shed, and it's cold, you know, and we'd go out there and get one of the paddles and you wind it up, you know how you get out of it when it's cold. Bring it in, put it in your bucket, and by noon we'd have a half a bucket of sorghum.
And that was your lunch?
Because we had bread and sorghum.
Hmm.
Well, we were poor people. We didn't have much.
What kind of lunches do the other children bring?
About the same thing. But some of them was close enough to go home.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't, so we just had old gallon molasses buckets, you know. We knew when we came down there'd just be about half full of sorghum.
How long did you attend school?
Till 8th grade.
At all the time at Slabtown?
Well, I finished up at White Heath after we moved out there. I went a year at White Heath. But most of my school was Slabtown.
How many children were in the Slabtown school?
About 65.
Is it one class? Just one teacher?
Uh-huh. One teacher had all of them. And there was a lot of work. Of course, at 9th and 10th, it took a lot of more studies, you know. I said now, they take so many books, you know, even in the second or third grade. Now, we only had a primer.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we had. And we didn't have to study we'd have about one class a day.
Hmm.
You just have to work on multiplication tables and stuff like that.
So the teacher would only get around to your group maybe once a day?
About that, we'd have to recite to them, you know. Work for the class and recite once a day. We didn't have much time.
Mm-hmm. How big was the White Heath school then?
Well, it was upstairs, downstairs, I don't know. They had 2 rooms there, you know.
Mm-hmm. So you were divided into separate classes?
Yeah, up there. I didn't go long up there because it's just about to finish, you know.
Did you go to church in White Heath?
Yes.
What church?
Methodist church.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I lived there right by it 20 years. Right next door.
What type of church socials did they have?
Well, they didn't have much of anything. They just, once in a while, they'd have a meet, you know, of the Christian Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they have parties, but not too much.
Did they have church twice on Sundays?
Yes.
And did you go on Wednesday nights too?
Yes, we had prayer meetings. Yeah.
How long ago did they stop that and go to one Sunday?
I don't know how long ago since I left there. See, I left there in 1930.
Mm-hmm.
We moved to the Mossel Center in 1930. And of course I went back and forth, but then not like the next door. Couldn't go to the hall.
How many people lived in Whiteheath when you were growing up there?
I don't know, it must be all my relations. I don't know. I said you couldn't talk about anybody because it's all related.
You were all related, huh?
Just enough.
Oh,
Whitey's changed an awful lot now.
how has it changed?
So many houses and so many different people.
Uh-huh.
There's people from Champaign that can come out and build, you know. It's altogether different.
What kind of stores did they have in Whiteheath?
Just had little grocery stores. You get anything you want, of course. Just one. We had one. We had two a while there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Who ran them? Do you recall?
Mr. Peel, F.M. Peel, and Pine. This Pine that used to be up here.
Mm-hmm.
Next to his father.
Hmm.
They run the post office and the store.
Was the post office in the general store?
Mm-hmm.
What did you do when you got out of school?
Oh, I went to work. I worked for people. Just go out and, you know, go out and stay. Maybe it'll be a week or maybe it'll be longer. You know, work for people.
Mm-hmm.
Had to make the living. You know.
Did your brothers all go out and get extra work too?
Yes, they all did.
Did you work while you were growing up during school?
No, I didn't until after I went to Whiteheath.
Mm-hmm. What did you do with your money that you earned?
Gave his mother. What I didn't have for clothes, what I gave, because they had three. I had three below me, and he was dead, and she had to make a living.
Your mother never remarried.
No.
How did you, after you worked for people, how did you happen to meet your husband?
Oh, I know. I told him all my life.
Oh, you had?
Yes, I did. He was quite a bit older than I was because I known him all my life when he married before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
Lee Scott. The last one, yes. First one, no, of course. He was just a young man then. You next.
Well, how did you meet him?
Oh, just met him, that's all I can tell you.
Uh-huh. Do you recall your first date?
No, I don't.
Did you have a very long courtship?
No, not too long.
What kind of things would you do while you were courting?
Just go driving, go and visit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We never had things to go to like we do now.
Did he live in Whiteheath? Did you go driving in a carriage or a car?
Car.
Do you recall seeing your first car?
No, I don't remember.
When did you marry your first husband?
In 1980. September 1980.
What was your wedding like?
Well, I was in Indiana and got married.
You went to Indiana?
Mm-hmm.
How did you happen to do that?
Well, he had his folks lived over there in Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Where did you live after you got married?
On the farm down there, Whitey's, the Unix farm. North of Whitey's.
Mm-hmm. And he was a farmer?
No. He didn't do much. He's more of a, gambler.
Hmm.
No, he didn't care for farming.
Where did he gamble?
Every place. Any place he wanted to go.
Hmm. Did you live with his parents then? Or?
No, I lived on the farm until he said that he was going to Oklahoma or to Colorado, and he got some cars ready. Got his stock all ready, and went to shipping in Colorado.
Hmm.
And I went out there and lived 18 months.
Hmm. How did you get out there?
On the train. I never saw such a slow train in my life. My brother took me to St. Louis so I could get on the right train, you know, and it was all night a day getting to there on the train. Got there next morning, got off the train and it was frosty, and there wasn't a soul to meet me, and I never seen a soul. Didn't know. There's only 2 houses in the town. And I was alone, you know.
Uh-huh.
Anyhow, nobody could meet me, so I wrote the hotel and I said, how far is it? I asked him where he lived. He said, down the track about 3/4 of a mile. And I said, could I leave my suitcase? It's the only houses, there's only 2 houses in town. They said yes, so I left it and started down the track. Go down the track and there wasn't nobody there. I knew the horse, knew everything. I just went and made myself home till they come. Out there on the prairie. Long way. But I didn't have no money to come back on. I couldn't go back for 6 minutes to go, and I was there.
So this was, how long after you were married that you went out to Colorado?
Well, see, I was married in September, and this was in November. Wasn't very long.
No. How did you happen to come? Then you said you were out there 18 months. Then you came back to Illinois. Did you come back together?
No. He sent me back because I had a bought baby. He was 5 months old. That was my oldest boy. And he sent me back, but I never got to go back. I didn't know if I was coming home to stay, but I did.
Yeah. So how many children did you have with your first husband?
2.
2. Were there 2 boys?
But, yeah. Well, yes, the 2 boys.
What were their names?
Harold and Frank. Frank's living out here now.
Were they born? One was born in Colorado.
One was born in Colorado, one born here.
What type of medical attention did you have during your pregnancies?
Yeah, waited till time was up. Never thought anything about it. No, never doctored.
Yeah. Did you have who helped you with the babies when they were born?
When I went home, I had them myself. Just take care of them.
I mean, during the birth, did you have someone help you? Was a doctor there?
Yes. We had a doctor from East, Colorado, came down. And he had to stay all night because he couldn't get back. I had to keep him all night. For 7 days, and they were just a train run so often. And so it was, I think, more than 7 miles. Well, 7 miles where we homesteaded. It wasn't farther than that. About 14 miles.
How big was the homestead you had out there?
160.
What was the train like?
It was like these ordinary trains.
Was it a coal train? Did they burn coal?
Yes, my land. We used to go down along the track and pick up enough we fell off the cars to do us. We had all the coal we wanted. You know, great big chunks, you know, roll off going up the hill, you know. Just a mile or so from home. Go along the railroad, you get all the coal you wanted.
Did what type of things did you grow anything on your homestead?
No, you couldn't have because the coyotes are bad. They just ruin your gardens and everything. Coyotes were all bad.
Did you have livestock?
Nothing, just cattle. Well, we did have some stallions, but they just livestock.
Would the coyotes bother the cattle?
No, they didn't bother that. But at night you could just hear them just like a bunch of children and, laughing and talking. Now that's the way they sounded at night. Every night, you know, dark coming out.
When you moved back to Illinois, where did you live? With your family? Did you live with your mother?
With my mother.
And then, did you ever see your husband again?
Not for 24 years. That's a long time, wasn't it?
Yes. Did you get a divorce?
Yes, I did finally, because his mother had thought that if she was going to leave the property to me, and she knows we'd have a hand in it. So I did. I got my divorce.
And what did you do? Did you have a job?
No, just housework.
How did you meet your second husband then, Lee Scott?
Oh, I've known him all my life. He was around town there all the time.
And when were you married to him?
In February 22.
What year?
1920.
Oh, right. Where did you live with him then?
He lived there in Whitey, in my own property, in the property I had there, by the church.
And how many children did you have with him?
2.
And were they boys or girls?
Boy and a girl.
What are their names?
Maxine and Berlin. Berlin's in Wisconsin, but I lost Maxine. She's about 3 years old.
What was your second husband's occupation?
Well, he worked for he did everything, anything he found to do. He was a farmer, really. But he didn't have no farm of his own, but then he farmed.
Was your second husband in World War II or World War I?
No. Neither one of them.
How did World War I affect your life?
Well, I don't know. My twin brother, he joined the Navy in that time, but during that time, you know. He was in there about 8 years. And of course, we worried a lot about him. And my younger brother was in the Army too. He came back. He came back in on crutches. And he never was very well after that. Never had, till he got so he never put no shoes on. He was, so long as he lived.
When did you move to Monticello?
In 1945. We lived at the Monticello Cemetery. We went there in 1930 and we lived there in 45 at the cemetery. And we moved in town in 45.
Was your husband caretaker of the cemetery? Did you help him?
Yes, I dug a lot of helped dig a lot of the graves. Oh boy, and dipped water and everything else. I worked in, yes.
What did his job involve?
Digging the graves and having charge of them filling and filling the graves in.
How did you do that when the ground was frozen?
You just chopped it with an axe because you get through that crust because it's frozen down so far. Then you chop it with an axe. We chopped and chopped made it chips before I over and hit the horse, and the horse got tired of it and started toward home, and he had to get it catch him. It was, they didn't pay no wages out there then, like they do now.
Did you just get the use of the house?
No, they had to pay rent.
Oh, you had to pay rent for the house?
Yes. $90. Oh. That was kind of tough too. It was tough town. Which I always raised a lot of stuff, garden stuff.
Mm-hmm. You lived there during the Depression then?
Yeah. I guess I did.
Did you have a lot of trouble making ends meet?
Sometimes it didn't. Well, I know when we got that job, didn't have no money. They didn't pay at the bank even. They didn't pay, at the bank people. Fellows that owned the out the cemetery. They couldn't get together to pay us, and we didn't get any money from us after April till October. I sold chickens and sold all my quilts and everything to give him money enough to run the car in the hotel, get her groceries. We didn't have no money.
How come you drew your salary from the bank?
Well, the fellows in the bank that was one of the trustees out at the bank there, And Mr. Lodge was one of them, different funds. But they said they couldn't, we'd never get together, 4 or 5 of them to pay. They didn't think we needed it.
Did you have any money in the bank when the bank closed?
Yes, we did. We didn't get it all out.
How much did you lose?
I don't know how much, wasn't very much. We never had a big account.
Which bank was it in?
First
And were they the ones that weren't paying you also?
There's some smile there. Some smile there,
Yeah.
But he was president of the bank, and then he was, for that out there too, they do now, I guess. They have somebody for that. Trustee from the bank or something.
Did you ever have any interesting experiences with the cemetery?
No.
Did you ever have to dig up a body after it was buried?
Well, they dug up some, yes, you had.
Why did they have to do that?
Well, look, down in the wrong place.
Oh.
Sometimes they make a mistake. They did, I know, one had to move him then, because he didn't know it till after Decoration Day, and when the man came out there, and he said, well, he's buried on my lot. So they had to dig him out. So, I've seen a lot of experiences out there.
What other kinds of things happened out there?
Well, I don't know. Now I don't remember, but I know, of course, I wasn't over there too much. I tried to go every day. My mother's buried over there. I tried to go every day or two, but I'd always have to start the car in the morning. Have to get out and get the horse stuff and to pull the car, get started. Wouldn't start. Take it up, take it right from the house here down to the cemetery. Maybe he'd get it started then and say, well, you can take it home. And he'd go on. Lots of times it was cold.
Did your children grow up out there?
Yes, they did. The one, of course, the other boys was a good size. But the boy that's in Wisconsin.
Oh, where did he go to school?
Guyton School, east of Moselle Cemetery.
How far east is it? Was it a couple miles?
I don't think it's that far. But it's way across the railroad tracks on east. As you go out to the cemetery, you go on east and, Guyton School. I think Miller has it now.
Was that a one-room school also? Did he walk to school?
Yes.
What was the medical care like when you were growing up? How many doctors were in the area?
I never knew but one, of course, Dr. Eunice.
Where was his office?
In Whiteheath.
Whiteheath.
That's where we had to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm. Did he make a lot of house calls?
No, I don't think he did.
You just went to his office mainly?
Yes, we went to the office because I had earache cough.
Mm-hmm.
And we take him in there.
When you moved to Monticello, then, what doctor did you go to?
Now I have Almond. I do now. That's what Dr. Barker used to be my doctor as well. He's dead now too.
Mm-hmm.
They're all gone. I said, all my folks are gone too, and yet one of them living. Another brother and sister. I'm the only one left.
Yeah. The children from your second marriage born in a hospital, or were they born at home?
Home. Well, we didn't have hospitals then. Think about it.
Where would have been the nearest hospital?
Wasn't in myself. I was in Champaign, I think. That's where I was when I was operating on Champaign.
How often did you go into Champaign?
I was never in there. But, well, we used to go up to my aunt's up at Budlow, but we'd get in the wagon and put her on the store and then just step in the wagon. There's too many of us. We couldn't bring her to.
Mm-hmm.
No, we never doctors. The doctors come to the house, but nobody else could go out.
Yeah.
And my father was sick, took a horse, so took one of the best horses for his doctor there. We just had 2 horses, and they took the best one to pay the doctor there for him. So you know it's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm. How did, when you went to Champaign, what road did you take in?
On the left hand.
Was it a paved road then?
No. So that was, see, they went through Whiteheath in 1935, I think. See, there wasn't no hard road then. Just a road.
Mm-hmm. After, during the Depression, and then when World War II came, did you have a lot of trouble with rationing?
Yes, we didn't have to buy very much, because we didn't try to. We always cooked. We canned it, and we've done a lot of things at home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Have a big garden. Always canned fruit and stuff. We got along pretty good.
Did you get ration stamps?
No. Oh, yes, we did it. We had them and for shoes and stuff like that.
Where would you buy your shoes and your gasoline and things?
That come to myself.
What stores did you shop in?
Well, it was a Martin store there, H.P. Martin, where the dime store is now.
What kind of things did they sell?
Everything. You could get most anything in there. And then look, down at where the car shop is now. That was what? Oh, I can't get it. You know, the names get straight from me.
Yeah.
But there's this grocery or that bar dry goods store there.
Uh-huh.
But mostly we traded Martin's there on where the dime store is now.
Were there grocery stores?
Yes, we had 2 groceries. We had the one over there where the first state bank over there on the
Mm-hmm.
west southeast corner. There was one there, and there was one. Let's see, where was that? I know there's one there.
Mm-hmm.
Or course, we could trade most of it in white heat. Good deal. You know, went to old Lake Town, we always just get right at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And we had our own milk, butter and stuff. We didn't have to buy that.
After you said your son went out to the Dighton school, then did he come to the high school here in Monticello?
Yeah, working in school. And then after quit out there, they wouldn't teach us just so long.
How many grades did he go through out there?
Well, we went, let's see, 3 or 4, we only went 3 or 4 years. And the teachers, you know, they put them into high school out here.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever ride the interurban?
Oh, my goodness, yes. And every Saturday night, we ride the interurban to Monticello. You gotta walk around the square. And then turn and walk, we go home.
So you rode in from Whiteheath.
Yeah.
How long did it take to ride in from Whiteheath to
Just
Monticello?
a small time, you know, just get on the train. And it didn't cost so much, we'd come in there. That's where we'd come every Saturday night. And a couple of girls up there, the Bensel girls, we'd come down and we'd always walk around the square. Now that's where I went.
Now this is when you were growing up in Whiteheath?
We always had to do that every Saturday night.
What time did you get into Monticello?
Let's see, I don't know what time. About 7 o'clock. We just walked around the square.
Where did you get off the interurban?
Where did you get out? In the Whiteheath?
Both in Whiteheath and Monticello. Where was the station?
Down there close to where the station was. You know, where the parking lot is back. Across from the jail, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was there. No, just a small building.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. There's a livery stable on the other side, you know, where Deep Rock is. That was a livery stable there.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it was.
Where was the station in Whiteheath? Where did you get on?
You know where the store was up there, right in about the middle way. Have you ever been Whiteheath?
A time or two.
This was down to the store. You know where the store is. Well, and there's right back at the the railroad station is another building. It's still there.
Hmm.
The old interurban is still there.
Did you ever go any place besides Monticello on it?
No. Oh, I got so lately I've built Champaign after years.
Mm-hmm. Was it just a one train or one car train?
Yeah. Just put in there. I know. When they put the interurban in, then it was kind of nice to ride it. We go Champaign because then once we go over there, and they had to have some things we couldn't get in Monticello.
Was it run by coal?
No. Wasn't no coal in there.
Was it steam?
Electric.
Electric? It was electric. Did it have a line
Yeah.
that went above it?
Yeah, electric. Mm-hmm.
When you moved to Monticello, what church did you go to? How has the church changed?
Well, I don't know. I don't go anymore. So I don't really know.
Is it the same building?
Yes,
that
same building. Yeah, same building.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're too high tone for me, so I don't go.
Did you ever go to meetings in the community building?
No.
Did you ever go to the didn't they have an opera building?
Yeah, that's where I had
What kind of things did they have there?
But now they have just things, like gatherings of voyages and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I don't know. We used to have shows there a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And if I went to go to one or two of them.
Did you go to the county fair?
Yeah, I always went to county fair. One day,
Where was it held?
out the first of there.
What did you do there?
We just run around, first one place and then another, ride the merry-go-round.
Did they have big rides come in?
They had just a merry-go-round and Ferris wheel. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Did you enter things in the fair?
No.
What other organizations have you belonged to in Monticello?
I don't belong to any of them. It's Jolly Club.
Well, tell us about the Jolly Club.
It was organized in 42 years ago. And I'm the only charter member left. We just meet every 2 weeks. Go to somebody's house and spend the afternoon.
So if it was organized 42 years ago, it was organized about 1940,
Mm-hmm.
just right at the beginning of World War I or II.
Yeah.
How did you happen to organize it?
Well, we went to a lady's house over at way out east there at the TV farm. We call it the TV farm, east of Monticello.
Why did you call it the TV farm?
I don't remember, but we've always said this TV farm. I don't know whether they had an organization there or not.
Mhm.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. But we always just called it the TV farm. And they lived there. They were farming out there. And it was out in the country. And they just decided they'd put the adult together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, and they organized this Jolly thing. That was 42 years ago.
What kind of things do you do at your meetings?
Well, we have games, just games.
Do you have a president of it and
Yeah,
officers?
president, yes. And secretary and treasurer.
And you're the only charter member left.
That's all.
How many people were in it when it began?
I don't know, we had more children than anything else. We had about 70 kids. We had more kids than anything else. We don't have no children now, but we used to have,
Uh-huh.
you know, the children were all little when we started, and we'd have about 17 of them. You know, that was a big job.
Yeah.
Take care of them.
Did you serve meals or
We
anything?
just served, yes, we always served something. Pie or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That would be a lot of people to serve things
Oh,
for.
yes, it was. It was.
You said you lived out at the cemetery till 1945,
That's right.
and then where did you move to?
In myself, over on, Old Cross Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
We lived over there.
And your husband was, what was he doing at that time, after he finished working at the cemetery?
After after he finished, he worked until he was 80 and then he retired. Over at school.
What did he do at the school?
Janitor work.
Oh, did he?
You know, they had to feed them stokers into the furnace then.
Mm-hmm.
And it was his job to fill the stokers and wheel them in the coal,
Which school?
the high school.
So when did he quit working there? When did he retire?
When he was 80. And he died when he was 91.
Hmm.
Or just about 91.
Was he several years older than you were?
About 16.
Did you used to listen to the radio very much when you were growing up?
We didn't have one for a long time. We didn't have one for the assembly a long time.
Do you remember when you got your radio?
No.
Where you were living?
We were living at the cemetery.
At the cemetery.
I never cared much for it.
Didn't you?
I don't care. Just with the weather or something, that's all.
Do you recall, you told us about one game you played with your twin brother when you were growing up. Do you recall other games you played when you were a child?
No, I don't. Just went up and down snowbanks and stuff like that. You know, when the snow would be as high as the hedge, you know, you used to, and then short hedge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bank up along there, it'd be as high as the hedge, and run along there, and first thing you know, you'd like to go down. You'd go through your hips and pull out them old black stockings, you know, and brush them off and go on and play some more. We never thought about cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we dressed for it.
Yeah. How was your house heated when you were growing up?
Just by stoves with wood.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't have coal windows.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have. We had the wood.
Did your brothers chop the wood?
Yes, it did. They had to get out from the timbers and get the wood ready, you know.
Mm-hmm. Who were some of the other charter members in the Jolly Club?
Well, Loretta Bent was one of them, and there's just two or three that Bent, one of them, and I forget who the other one is, but there's just two or three now left.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, who were some of the beginning ones?
Oh, well, she was in there. She
Uh-huh.
came after I did. And Lois, she was one of them too. So she's moved away from here now. She's not in the club.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember where you were when you heard about Pearl Harbor?
I didn't know it till evening. I think we'd gone to Tuscola that day, down to Garrett, to his sister's. He was there all day. And we didn't know it till we came home.
Mm-hmm.
We heard it. That's where we were.
Where did you buy gas for your car? Where was the gas station?
Mostly in Hawaii, there for sale.
Mm-hmm. And in Monticello, where was it?
He bought it up here to Diamond.
Which is located, where was it located?
It's right there by, across from by the,
What, Stewart gas station now?
no, James Stewart is north, this is south.
Oh.
It's right there where, that new building in Lone went up.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
It's just north of that, you know, right there, that's where it used to go, all the deep rock.
Mm-hmm. Is that where the livery station used to be?
Yeah, right there.
Mm-hmm. What president do you remember most vividly?
Roosevelt, I guess.
Why do you remember him the most?
I don't know, something, we never had no paper enough, we never saw much papers, you know. But I think that was, maybe it was earlier than that. Anyhow, I don't think, we didn't pay much attention to those things.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought about them much, you know.
Do you remember the first time you voted?
No,
Where did you go to vote?
here in Monticello. I didn't vote till I was in Monticello.
Mm-hmm. And where did you vote in Monticello?
Jail. At the jail, I went up there one time to vote, and they said, "You're not registered." My husband went on in, and they let him go. They found his name on the book. And they said to me, "You're not registered." And I said, "Well, his vote will be no count." But I said, "I voted here a lot of times and never said anything about it." I laughed. They turned 2 pages together. finally found my name. I felt like a fool for that I hadn't voted, and I've been voting all the time.
How did you feel about women getting the right to vote?
I don't think they ought to.
You don't think they ought to?
No, I don't. Because I don't think they've done enough to do it justice. I do think the women are taking advantage of a lot of things. But maybe I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've got so much to do, and the men's got all, they'd rather have it, and they seem like they're more qualified for it.
But you used to vote fairly regularly.
I go out and vote in different states. I always like to vote.
Mm-hmm.
That's a privilege to give us the vote if we want to, so.
How did you decide who you're going to vote for? Did you usually discuss it with your husband? Or did you just decide on your own?
Oh, we talk about it a little bit, and I just vote whichever I want. Thought the man do the best job.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been nice talking to you, and I appreciate you letting us come into your home.
Well, I hope it's done some good. I don't know.